Yo, so today I got a great question from one of our friends on Instagram. He goes on and say, yo, Elliot, how do I prepare myself to wake up earlier in the morning? And so that's a great question because I am a firm believer of early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, strong and wise. And so I'm on board with your decision to get up earlier. And I've got a whole lot that I want to share with you in this video, but I'm a little rusty from not making videos the past 2 weeks. So I'm just going to spit here for you. Got some stories for you, some tips for you, some ideas for you, and a whole lot of stuff that's going to support you in making the decision to get up early. Now, as the saying goes, early to bed, early to rise. So the very first thing I just want to say to you is that if you want to get up early, you got to go to bed early. Anybody can get up early. Getting up's not the problem. The problem is getting enough sleep so that you're waking up feeling fresh, feeling good, feeling bright and ready to attack the day. And so what I've done for the past, for the longest time, I've been getting to bed at 8:30. 8:30, 9 o'clock is my bedtime. One of the things that is unique with me and my situation is that I don't watch TV. And I think that allows me to not feel the need to stay up. I know a lot of people get hooked on these Netflix series and programs and all kinds of bullshit that y'all like to watch. I don't get into that stuff. I don't know. And I'm judging y'all right now if you watch that. Go to sleep, get to bed. That's my opinion. That's the way I do it. I get to bed by 8:30. I don't have to watch any programs. I don't have to stay up for any bullshit. And then like I said, for the longest time, I would wake up at 5:30. So I got my 8 hours of sleep, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's even 9 hours. I need a lot of sleep. I've always known that I need a lot of sleep. I need a lot of sleep to be sharp, to be clear, to be functional, to be strong. But I want to share something with you that I think is really powerful. During the COVID quarantine, everything changed. I always got up early because I had things to do early, right? I wanted to get up before my family so that I can meditate, read, pray, whatever it is that I'm doing during those days. But when quarantine hit and my kids weren't going to school anymore, and also the church is closed and I was going to mass in the mornings. So once the school closed, church closed, I found myself waking up at 5:30 in the morning, going downstairs and just staring at the fucking wall. I do all the things that I needed to do, right? I had a routine, do some reading, do some praying, do some meditating. But then I get that done and it's like, it's 6:30. Everybody's still asleep. What the hell am I doing up? And so I made a conscious decision that, you know what? I'm going to start sleeping in. And here's what's great. I continued to go to bed at the same time, 8:30, 9 o'clock. But I was sleeping till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I was getting like 10, 11 hours of sleep. I hadn't gotten 10, 11 hours of sleep since I was probably 21 years old, sleeping in because I'm hungover from partying and shit. But I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give myself this opportunity. I'm going to pamper myself, self-care. I'm going to let myself doze back off to sleep even when my eyes naturally wake up. My eyes were just automatically getting up, opening up at 5:30. But then I was like, I'm going back to sleep. And I'd sleep another 2-3 hours. And I discovered that those extra 2-3 hours, so I'm talking like 10 hours of sleep now, 10 hours of sleep made a huge difference in my life. When I was getting 8 hours of sleep, thought I was doing the right thing, I was still lifting, but I was starting to get like little aches and pains in my elbow. Aches and pains in my elbows and my wrist, my thumbs. They were starting to give me problems. I was getting like little inflammation issues. And I kind of just sucked it up and dealt with it. When I started sleeping 10 hours a night, getting to bed at 8:30, waking up 7:30, the aches and pains went away. All my little aches and pains went away, just disappeared. Not only that, but I was lifting more. I was recovering better from my workouts, faster from my workouts, and I was racking, stacking, building up the numbers, putting more plates on the bar. And I attribute it 100%, because I didn't do anything else different. I attribute it completely to getting 10 hours of sleep, not 8 hours of sleep. I think most of you guys a lot of you guys are probably not even getting 8 hours of sleep. And I would highly suggest getting 8 hours of sleep if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep. And if you're getting 8 hours of sleep and you're kind of like hitting a roadblock in your training, or you got bumps and bruises, you got little nagging injuries, or you find out that you're low T, get some extra sleep. A lot of these guys, a lot of young guys, like they're getting on testosterone and shit right now, but they don't sleep at night. Oh, I go to bed after midnight. Did you know that for every hour, I'm not gonna get this right, but it's something that I read once before. Every hour that you go to bed before midnight is like worth 2 hours after midnight, something like that. I think I read that from Jordan Rubin in his book, The Maker's Diet. So if you wanna go reference. But it's basically each hour that you get to bed before midnight is far more potent than the hours after midnight. So even though, you can go to bed after midnight and sleep till 10 o'clock, but there's something particular about, the circadian rhythms and the hours before midnight. So if you get to bed 8, 9 o'clock, if it's an extra 3 hours before midnight, it's like 6 hours after midnight. Right? So I'm giving you all these sleep optimization tips right here. Things that I do, things that I think about, things that support me. Getting more sleep before you go to before midnight. I wrote a little list here. Oh, here's one of the things that I don't do, and that I highly suggest that if you want to get good sleep so that you can wake up early to bed, early to rise, just like you want. Don't drink caffeine. Don't use any caffeine after 12 noon. No caffeine after 12 noon. I found that I sleep so much easier. I can fall asleep easier. If I have coffee, even like half a cup of coffee, at like 12:30, I'm like twisting and turning and tossing in my bed, and I can't go to sleep. So no caffeine, no alcohol. I found out that like if I drink alcohol after 5, right, it fucks up my sleep. If I drink alcohol like after 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, the closer I drink it to bed, going to bed, the more it disrupts my fucking sleep. I end up like waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning with my eyes wide open. Like I don't know what to do with myself. Apparently cortisol increases, right? It jacks up your stress hormones, alcohol, because it's a toxin, it's a poison, and your body's trying to get rid of it. And by the time it hits that spot where your body starts releasing stress hormones, you're in the middle of your sleep cycle, and it fucks up your sleep. So no alcohol. Some of the things that I do, early dinner. Another thing that I do is early dinner. I find out the later I eat dinner at night, the more it disrupts my sleeping pattern. Try to eat no later than 6. 6 o'clock is even late. Like, it's better 5, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Now we're cutting into screwing up my circadian rhythm. Eat earlier dinners, right? If you eat earlier dinners, you go to bed earlier. I also put magnesium in my water. Apparently magnesium soothes the nervous system. A lot of people who have sleeping problems, they supplement with magnesium. I use magnesium because I drink snake juice. I fast. I'm a faster, intermittent fasting. And so if you're a fan of Cole Robinson, snake diet wizard, I just use his recipe, snake juice. And so magnesium is a part of that, and apparently, I've been doing it for well over a year, so I can't tell you exactly, I started using magnesium, and then I was getting good sleep, but I've been using it, I had no problem sleeping, so I would highly suggest adding some magnesium to your water, food grade, Epsom salt. I keep the room super cold when I go to sleep at night. It's like 60, 65 degrees. I keep it real cold. I sleep better when the room's cold. I also, I wear this at night when I go to bed, right? Blackout. My wife used to wear one of these, and I would tease her, I laugh at her, until I started wearing it myself, and I realized it really does help me sleep. Especially if the sun wakes, depending on where you live on Earth, the sun starts coming up a little too early. You can put this on, and it's like it's midnight all morning long. So you can get those few extra hours of sleep. I recently got a puppy, Remy, and for a little while there, not any longer, but for a little while there, he was barking it all night long because we're crate training him, and so I was putting the earplugs in. I'll put that in my ears, and then it'd be complete silence. So that would help me sleep. These are all just little tips, little things that I do, because sleep is medicine, bro. Sleep is key. Sleep is so goddamn important. I don't even know where to begin. Like I said, if you're low T, if your hormones are screwed up, if you're hitting roadblocks in your training, roadblocks in your life, get more sleep. Here's another thing. This is a special pillow. Hopefully it doesn't have drool stains. Don't look too great. Old pillow. It does. That ghetto ass pillow. But what I'm showing you is that it's called a Therapeutica pillow. and it allows me. I used to sleep on my stomach. I don't know how many of you guys sleep on your stomach, but it destroys your shoulders, destroys my back, destroys my shoulders. So many years ago, I started sleeping on this. See how it's like this? It helps me sleep on my shoulder if I want. And then you saw that part right here with the thing. I could put it on. I could put it under my. I could put it on. I can sleep like this. So it allows me to sleep on my back. People who have problems sleeping on their back, if you can't sleep on your back, get a Therapeutica pillow, and that's very helpful. And that's it, man. Besides that, I share a bed with one I love, and they say that when you sleep next to somebody that you love, you sleep deeper, more sound, and more safe. So yeah, get yourself a good girl. And that's about it, man. So I hope that helps you. Look, I know your question was about waking up earlier, but it's not. But the wake up is only as potent as the lay down. You got to get to bed early. You got to get sound sleep. You got to set yourself up to win the next day, so that you can wake up early, but not just be up early. You know, like there's a difference between being awake and being up. You don't want to just get up. You want to be awake, and that requires deep, sound, powerful sleep. Hope that helps dudes talk soon. Whew, I'm rusty today. Done.